And I think that flipped this switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you. Watch this.
So motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what size goal you set. Now, you better show up every day and follow with big action. You're gonna be broke.
Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they produce your future.
You don't know how you gonna win? You treat every day like a Monday and every month like a January. You gotta wake up every day and put 110% to your craft because there's someone out there that's getting it more than you. So don't be acting shocked when they up and you down. The person who grinds the hardest always gets it. Hard work beats talent every time. Remember that.
What have you got to lose?
Exactly. And that was it. And it was like, I have nothing to lose. If everybody who's like at the bottom and feels like they have nothing going for them, reframe that as I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action, it makes you a much more dangerous person.
I am genuinely telling you right now, if you and your bro lock in this summer, you won't have to get a job and you won't have to go to college. 2 years ago, I was like, bro, I might have to go to college. I actually might have to take my life serious. That's when I started to go all in on my online business, which is my clothing brand. It can be any business for you, it doesn't matter. Moral of the story, I locked in. I didn't go to parties. I was trying to get closer to God, and I was doing everything I can to go ahead and reach my goals. We grinded for probably 4, 5, 6 months straight, bro. 2 years later, I don't have to go to college. Matter of fact, I have my dream car, a C8 Corvette. I live in a high-rise apartment, not just any high-rise apartment, a high-rise apartment in Miami. And I have time, location freedom. I have 1 to 2K coming in every single day. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I'm telling you guys, it's genuinely possible. The only thing you have to do is just put in the work. That's it.
When family needed money, money's in the bank account. When I wanted to experience unique moments with people that matter to me the most, money's in the bank account. When I wanted to be able to do things when crisis happened for people in my family, I had money in the bank account. You watching this, listen to me. You will do better for the world being a millionaire than doing better for the world somebody making $30,000, $40,000 per year. You need to figure out a way how to make $1 million income because it is that important to make that kind of money today because it's free to figure out a way to do it today.
In the end, I don't care whether you love me or you hate me, just as long as I win.
And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's going to have to fucking try.
Life is a direct reflection of thoughts and think. And so if we're honest with ourselves, that's the fucking truth. Okay. And this is why so many people get caught up in this cycle of mediocrity. It's because all they think about is how hard they have it. If all you think about is how hard the fuck you have it, guess what the universe is going to give you? More hard shit. Gives you more of what you think about.
To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts.
Be fucking fearless. Is that achievable? Maybe, maybe not. But like, be fearless. Because the reality is a lot of people are going to try and spread their fear onto you.
Life as a man is so brutally simple. You wake up and you blame yourself for everything. And you look in the mirror and you say, all of this shit is my fault. All of it. So how do I get it fixed? Nobody's gonna come fix it for you. Nobody gives a shit about you. You have to give a shit about yourself. It's down to you and you alone because nobody else is waking up each day thinking of how they can get you to have more money and you to have a nicer life. They're too busy worried about themselves.
Railing against how hard something is, or how much time it's taking up, or the difficulty or the inefficiency or the fact that you don't know how to do it or the fact that you don't have a hire that can sort it or the fact that people around you don't believe you or that no one's giving you the support that you want or that you thought it wouldn't take this long. The fact that that is happening is par for the course. It is the price of doing business. It's the cost of entry for whatever the thing is that you're going about, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't be happening. And so much of the pain, as far as I can see, is you railing against the fact that there are difficulties. Great insight from Rangan Chatterjee was the more that somebody complains, the less accurate their perspective of the world is. So a complaint is you saying, why is the world not behaving in the way that I expected it to? Which essentially identifies that you don't have an accurate model of the way that the world works. There are going to be problems. continuously for the rest of time. And there will never be a day when you don't wake up and have to mediate or negotiate or cajole your way through something. Okay? So given the fact that these things are fucking unavoidable, why are you complaining about them? And why are you so surprised when they happen? So yes, I think such things aren't meant to be easy is a nice little reminder.
So it's important for you to understand that, you know, you need to be aware. You need to develop a certain level of awareness. Like when you start thinking negative thoughts, you need to push those out.
Everything changed for me when I understood this philosophy. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That's the simple philosophy that changed my life forever, starting age 25. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living, which is fine. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune, which is super fun. I didn't mind working hard on my job, but things didn't seem to change that much. Then I started working hard on myself. So let me put it in a philosophical phrase now. This is worth the price of whatever it costs for you to be here today. Here it is. Success is something you attract. Success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by becoming attractive. And the whole scope of this we call now personal development. You can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. If you can multiply your value by 3, by 5, you can easily multiply your income by 3, by 5, by 10. But the key to doing it is to work hard on yourself. Be responsible, be a growing, attractive, powerful, skillful, communicating human being, and the world belongs to you.
Here's the bottom line, motherfuckers. You gotta do the work. You gotta do it when you don't wanna do it. You gotta do it when you're hurt. You gotta do it when you're tired. You gotta do it when you're sick. You gotta do it when you don't wanna do anything else. And you gotta do it for years. And that is the real shit.
It is all cringe until you make it. You might have heard this before. You know, it's usually used as something to basically say, hey, everybody is always going to have a problem with what you're doing. They're always going to ridicule you when you are working towards something until they see how successful your hard work actually becomes. And this is a very foundational principle that you really need to understand, okay? This is ultimately how losers criticize winners, okay? Because what they like to do is they like to make trying hard seem like it's not cool. The losers are the people who are too lazy to actually put any work in.
You're not tired when you're winning. You're tired when you're losing. That once you start to win, you get to find unlimited energy from the universe from somewhere, and you just continue to push forward, no matter how hard it is. Winning is easy. It's trying to turn it around when you're losing that is difficult. You take this lesson from boxing and you apply it to everything else in life. You apply it to money and say, once I start to make money, I know I will have endless motivation to keep making money. It's just hard to make money in the first place. It's hard to get over that hurdle, but once I get going, it's easy. It's a positive reinforcement loop.
There is no fucking life hack. To grow that thing, how do you grow it? Do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. That's the hack. The hack is gonna fucking suck.
The problem is, you ain't never felt no pain before. You're soft. It's a soft generation. You quit on everything. I'm serious. You quit and you ain't even tried yet. And some of you have never learned to grow up. And so every time something get hard, you quit, you call mama. I dare you to take a little pain. I dare you. I dare you not to go home. Somebody said, I don't go home, I feel bad. Go through it. You ain't gonna die. At the end of pain is success. You're not gonna die because you feeling a little pain. Listen to me. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside. And something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
There's a verse in the Bible that says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So whatever you're thinking about, that's who you will become. Because thoughts lead to actions. Actions lead to habits. Habits lead to lifestyle. And that lifestyle is what dictates who you are, brother.
Discipline is the key to success. If you cannot force yourself to do something you don't want to do, how are you ever going to put yourself through the suffering required for greatness? If you cannot force yourself to train when you do not want to train, if you cannot force yourself to work when you don't want to work, how can you possibly ever become a monumentally successful person? You cannot control yourself long enough to do what must be done as opposed to what you feel like doing.